The Environmental Protection Agency has proposed a plan to roll back regulations on pollutants known as forever chemicals in the nation's drinking water.
It comes against the backdrop of a Senate hearing where some angry lawmakers accused the EPA's new director of putting the country's health at risk. ABC News weather anchor Spencer Christian has the story.
Prepare to splash.
As senior scientist for the San Francisco Estuary Institute, Rebecca Sutton has spent decades pulling microplastics from San Francisco Bay and studying the effects of so-called forever chemicals in the lab.
That means they can build up in the bodies of people and wildlife over time, and it turns out they're highly toxic. So even trace exposures can lead to some pretty serious health effects, including cancer.
And similar findings have environmental groups across the country criticizing a proposal by the Trump EPA to roll back regulations designed to remove forever chemicals from the nation's drinking water. The deadline for removing the substances broadly known as PFAS chemicals would be extended to 6 years to 2031. While regulations for a separate chemical class with names like Gen X and PFNA would be temporarily eliminated. David Lewis is with the nonprofit Save the Bay.
The Environmental Protection Agency, since the Nixon administration created it, has been the first line of defense in protecting public health and our environment from hazardous chemicals, hazardous waste, and trying to keep our water and air clean.
During a heated Senate hearing this morning, Democratic lawmakers grilled new EPA head Lee Zeldin on the Trump administration's environmental priorities.
It seems to me the Trump administration's entire vision for your agency amounts to burn it down.
We will fulfill all statutory obligations, and I would encourage you to read the announcement that we put out the morning of the president's 100th day that has 100 environmental wins.
But others pointed to the freezing of environmental grants, which have fallen heavily on nonprofits here in the Bay Area, along with concerns about potentially slow-walking EPA programs approved by Congress, like restoration work on San Francisco Bay.
We're going to treat these laws as suggestions. We're going to freeze these funds for programs we don't like, or regions we don't like, or congressional districts we don't like.
Back in the Bay Area, environmental groups are turning to the state, which has already passed its own tougher restrictions on forever chemicals, and hoping to raise public concern among the estimated 158 million Americans who come in contact with PFAS in their drinking water.
So that less of it gets into our water, less of it gets into our bodies.
In San Francisco, Spencer Christian, ABC 7 News.